go to your comfort zone. Pekka, bridge spam, E-drag.
We'll find out here in just a moment, as it is LCOP atop your screen for Nova, Javi 14 at the bottom for Vivo Keed, and can Javi get his mind right here to come back in on this big moment? He knows he has to get a win to send his squad to King of the Hill.
Oh wow, and LCOP coming out with the Hog Rider, not really as traditional as we've seen. I mean, he's definitely played Hog Rider before, but not his favorite archetype.
Well, Hog Rider, and so it's not going to be 2.6. He did feel like that maybe a little bit here. A very aggressive opening Hog Rider here from the Chinese player.
Yeah, and we look at LCOP's head-to-head gameplay. He's only played Hog Rider one time before. It was Hog Rider, Ice Wizard, Mega Minion, essentially, with that NATO and Tombstone in there. Obviously, a rocket on the end as his big spell. I'm pretty surprised he's coming out with this, but I understand it.
Well, there's the Ice Wizard, and so you're seeing at least some of those pieces are here. Interesting miner in the back for Javi, playing that miner defensively. He's trying to cycle himself back to his Prince and make the defense happen.
This is a very interesting push. I wish I could look into the mind of Javi 14 and how he created this push, because you saw miner in the back, Prince up front, Giant at the river. He had a plan. And that plan is to let that Giant get to the tower. Wow, what a great NATO. One of the harder plays in the game is NATOing the Giant to the King Tower. Now the Golem going to the King Tower, not as difficult to NATO, but a great Giant King Tower activation.
And what set that Giant King Tower activation up was the Tombstone pulled all the way on the inside, so the Giant was playing on the inside of that Princess Tower within NATO range.
Absolutely, Rich. And the card that I believe was played before in this deck, he had the Ice Golem in and the Mega Minion in, replaced now by the Ice Spirit and the E-Drag to kind of keep his cycle quick.
You see Javi playing that miner just one tile high there, missing an extra shot, so you gotta wonder now if Javi, after that NATO activating the King Tower, is playing a little bit reckless now.
Yeah, that is very, very true, and only 1,300 HP on his bottom left-hand tower. This is the set that the World Finals is lying on right now.
Fireball does take care of a lot of that stuff to deal with these, and the zap, maybe a little bit of an overspend there on those skeletons?
Yeah, maybe, Rich, maybe.
And so this time, Miner on the inside to help with that Ice Spirit. And the NATO actually pulls the Giant over to the other tower, but with these Ice Wizards, that Giant not going to get a single shot.
Yeah, and Javi 14, once again, not really having the answers he needs. That E-Drag coming in, he can completely ignore that Hog Rider, not going to do enough to take that tower down. And really, this is the moment for Javi to create a big push to try and take this game.
Could Ice Wiz NATO Tombstone be the combination that wins World Finals in the first season of CRL? It has been so dominant this fall. Could it dominate one more time in the most important moment of the year?
You know, Rich, it is really, really looking like it. It is so hard to break through that combination. I mean, LCOP here just playing out of his mind. And that Hog Rider is going to get 2 swings in.
Huge moments. Now we are in sudden death overtime, so these next few moments are going to really decide everything here. Tornado and a lot of fireball value.
Wow, and that, honestly, that's the moment. That's it right there. This is going to be game 1 going to LCOP. Just way too much spell value. He's playing way too calm and collected, and that Hog Rider is going to come in. Once again, not able to stop the Hog Rider from getting a hit, even with the fireball coming down and the Mega Minion.
And Javi choosing to go opposite side over and over and over again. Lots of lane switching here for Javi 14, so kind of falling behind there as well. I guess maybe choosing that lane because the Tombstone went that side.
Yeah, and this is honestly almost a little frustrating to watch. I mean, not even because we're rooting for anybody, but it's just you got to see how hard it is for Javi to break through. He has nothing to defend that Hog Rider, and it's just one of those matchups once again. So the trick to beating Javi 14 is getting the matchup advantage.